So a little while ago, I was asked to make some cupcakes for my son's best friend's shark-themed birthday party. I like going all out for birthday parties, so I offered to make a few flavors, and the birthday boy picked cookies and cream, moon mist, and s'mores. I had a lot of fun putting together 3 cupcake recipes that combined cake, filling, frosting, and a shark fin-shaped cookie that go with each flavor. In this video, I'll show you how to make the S'mores Shark Cupcakes, including a secret ingredient that makes it taste like it was just toasted on a campfire. You can find videos of the other 2 cupcake flavors on my channel, and as always, the full recipe is on my website. Let's get started. To make the graham cracker shark fins, we'll start by adding 365 grams of all-purpose flour to a medium bowl, along with a half teaspoon of cinnamon, a half teaspoon of salt, and a quarter teaspoon of baking powder. Give that a quick whisk to combine and set it aside. To the bowl of a stand mixer, add 113 grams of unsalted room temperature butter and 120 grams of dark brown sugar. Add the paddle attachment and cream on medium-high speed until light and fluffy, about 3 minutes. Add 38 grams of honey, 1 large room temperature egg, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and mix until combined. Add in the dry ingredients and mix on low just until combined. Dust your work surface with a little bit of flour and roll the dough out to about 1/8 of an inch thick. Use a circular cookie cutter about 2 to 3 inches in diameter to cut out sets of overlapping circles to make crescent moon shapes. Use a knife to cut across the crescent moons to make shark fins. Bake in an oven preheated to 375 degrees Fahrenheit until just starting to turn golden brown, about 8 minutes. Allow the cookies to cool on the baking sheet for 5 to 10 minutes, then transfer to a wire rack to cool completely. For the cake, we'll start by adding 60 grams of all-purpose flour, 180 grams of graham crumbs, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a quarter teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon to a medium bowl, and then whisking it together and setting aside. To a stand mixer bowl, add 227 grams of unsalted room temperature butter, 50 grams of granulated sugar, and 100 grams of brown sugar. Beat on medium-high speed until light and fluffy, about 3 minutes. Add 2 eggs and beat on medium speed until smooth, followed by half a cup of milk and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Beat again until combined. Add your dry ingredients and mix on low speed just until combined. Divide the batter among 12 paper-lined cups of a muffin pan and bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean, about 18 to 20 minutes. For the filling, start by roughly chopping 100 grams of milk chocolate and placing that in a heat-proof bowl. Next, bring 100 grams of heavy cream to a simmer and add half a teaspoon of lapsang souchong tea. Lapsang souchong is a kind of black tea that has been smoked, and this is the secret ingredient that will make the ganache taste just like a campfire. Allow to infuse into the cream for 10 to 15 minutes, then strain it out. Bring the cream up to a simmer again and pour it over the chocolate. Let it sit for a minute or 2 so the chocolate can melt, then whisk until smooth. Add 20 grams of unsalted room temperature butter and whisk until melted and smooth. Cover with plastic wrap and allow to cool completely to room temperature. To make the buttercream frosting, we'll start by toasting some marshmallows. Line a rimmed baking sheet with a silicone baking mat and spray that with some cooking spray. Place it on a heat-proof surface, then evenly spread out 100 grams of mini marshmallows on the baking sheet and toast with a torch until it's done to your liking. If you don't have a torch, you can also do this in the oven. Just set it to broil and set the pan on the top rack. Keep a really close eye on it though, the marshmallows can burn really quick. When I was a kid, I always liked to light my marshmallows on fire so they'd be melted on the inside and burnt on the outside. Now as an adult, I like mine just browned and gently toasted. Let me know in the comments whether you like your marshmallows toasted or burnt. Set those aside to cool while we make the French buttercream base. Add 3 large egg yolks to the bowl of a stand mixer and whip those on medium-low speed. In the meantime, add 65 grams of granulated sugar and 1.5 tablespoons of water to a small saucepan. Heat on medium-high until it reaches 250 degrees Fahrenheit. As soon as it does, carefully pour the hot sugar syrup into the mixer while it's running. You want to pour it right between the bowl and the moving whisk. Definitely don't let the syrup catch the whisk or you could get hit with a blob of hot sugar. Crank the mixer up to medium-high and whip until the bowl is no longer warm to the touch, about 10 minutes. Start adding 225 grams of unsalted room temperature butter, one chunk at a time. Add the toasted marshmallows and mix them in. If they clump up, you may need to gently warm up the side of the mixer bowl with a torch or a gel hot pack until the marshmallows soften a little bit and mostly incorporate with the buttercream. You will have some chunks of marshmallows in the end anyways, but you do want it to be a nice pipeable consistency. Transfer to a piping bag fitted with a large round tip. To put it all together, take the center out of a cupcake. You can also use a large piping tip if you don't have a cupcake corer. Fill the cupcake with some ganache and cover it with the cupcake center. Pipe a couple big swirls of buttercream on top, then sprinkle on some blue sanding sugar or sprinkles if you like. Finally, nestle a graham cracker shark fin into the buttercream. There you have it! S'mores cupcakes that remind me of summer and taste like they were just toasted on a campfire. If you enjoyed this recipe, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. And check out these videos for recipes for my cookies and cream shark cupcakes and moon mist shark cupcakes. Thanks for watching!